Welcome to Horse Sense, where science meets the heart of the horse. Here, we dive into the hidden world of equine behavior, uncovering what horses really think, feel, and share with us. Stand beside a horse long enough and you may notice something uncanny. They seem to know you, not just the mask you wear for the world, but the truth beneath it. When you're calm, they soften. When you're anxious, they tighten. When you pretend to be confident but feel afraid, they call your bluff. It's as if horses are mirrors reflecting back not your face but your soul. Across cultures and centuries, humans have noticed this uncanny quality. Shamans, poets, writers, and everyday caretakers have all said the same. The horse sees who you really are. They cannot be fooled by words or appearances. They respond to the energy you bring, the emotions you hide, the truth you carry inside. Today, we explore the horse as a mirror, what it reflects about your inner world, why science supports this mysterious connection, and how understanding it can change not only the way you see horses, but the way you see yourself. In mythology, the horse has always been more than an animal. In Greek stories, horses carried gods and heroes between worlds. In Celtic tradition, the horse goddess Epona guarded fertility and guided souls to the afterlife. In Native American culture, the horse was a spirit ally, symbolizing freedom and truth. What unites these traditions is the belief that horses connect the seen and unseen. They carry us physically, but they also carry our energy, our emotions, our hidden truths. To ride or stand with a horse was never just a task, it was a spiritual encounter. The horse as mirror is not a new idea. It is an ancient recognition. These beings reflect the soul. While mythology gives us symbols, science gives us clues as to why horses seem to mirror us so accurately. Horses are prey animals evolved to survive by reading the energy of their environment. They notice every shift in body language, every flicker of tension, every uneven breath. In the wild, this sensitivity meant survival. A herd that ignored fear was a herd caught by predators. When humans entered their world, horses applied this same sensitivity to us. They learned to read our posture, our tone, our emotions. They learn to feel what we feel, not because they are mystical, but because their biology demands awareness. Studies show that horses can synchronize their heart rates with ours, sense changes in our cortisol levels, and read our facial expressions. They do not only see us, they feel us, and in feeling us, they reflect us. Humans live with masks. We smile when we are sad. We speak calmly when we are anxious. We hide fear with bravado. To other people, these masks may succeed. But to horses, they are transparent. You cannot fool a horse with words. You cannot pretend to be calm when your body screams tension. You cannot claim confidence while your energy quivers with doubt. And so, when a horse refuses to follow, balks at your command, or stiffens under your touch, it is not disobedience. It is a reflection. They are showing you what you brought into space. If you came with fear, they mirror fear. If you came with peace, they mirror peace. This is why horses humble us. They do not flatter our masks. They show us the truth of our state, whether we are ready to face it or not. For many, this mirroring feels deeply spiritual. Because when a horse reacts to our inner world, it feels like they are reading the soul itself. A rider trembling with hidden anxiety may see their horse spook at nothing. A grieving person may find their horse standing quietly beside them, steady and calm. A confident child may discover a horse willingly following without rope or rein. In each case, the horse reflects not the surface but the essence. They are not distracted by the stories we tell ourselves. They show us who we really are. If we are willing to listen, horses become teachers of self-awareness. They reveal our blind spots. They force us to confront the emotions we hide. They remind us that authenticity is not optional in true connection. To work with horses is to work with yourself. You cannot demand respect if you do not carry calm authority. You cannot ask for trust if you are dishonest with your own feelings. You cannot lead from fear. In this way, the horse becomes a spiritual ally, not just a partner. They hold a mirror to the soul and invite us to live with more honesty, more courage, and more peace. Ask horse owners, and you'll hear countless stories of moments when their horse seemed to reflect their inner state. A woman arrived at the barn after a stressful day at work, jaw tight, shoulders stiff. Her gelding, normally easygoing, became restless and uncooperative. It wasn't until she sat down, breathed deeply, and let her frustration go that he softened, lowered his head, and walked calmly to her. A child struggling with shyness stood in a paddock, unsure of herself. A pony walked over, lowered his nose, and stood beside her without moving. The child later said it was the first time she felt completely accepted, not for her words but for her presence. A grieving man who had just buried his father wandered into a field. His mare walked straight to him, pressed her muzzle against his chest, and stayed there as he wept. No command, no cue, just reflection. His grief met with her stillness. Each of these moments is the horse acting as a mirror, reflecting back what lies beneath the surface of human life. Science backs these stories. Horses live in a state of constant emotional awareness, a phenomenon researchers call emotional contagion, the ability to sense and adopt the emotions of others. Heart rate synchronization. Studies show that when humans and horses interact calmly, their heart rates can synchronize. If the human is nervous, the horse's heart rate rises. If the human is calm, the horse's heart rate slows. This physiological mirroring is one reason horses feel like emotional mirrors. Cortisol response. Research also suggests that horses can sense changes in human stress hormones. A rider's anxiety often leads to elevated cortisol in the horse, proving that our inner states ripple outward in ways horses cannot ignore. Facial recognition. Horses recognize human facial expressions and respond differently to smiles versus frowns. They not only notice our mood in the moment, but they also remember it later. These scientific findings show what horse people have always known. The horse reads us at levels deeper than words. Throughout history, cultures have honored the horse as a truth teller. Native American traditions often spoke of horses as spiritual allies who revealed the state of a person's heart. A warrior's horse would not follow unless the warrior carried true calm and courage. Mongolian herders believed horses sensed dishonesty and weakness, reflecting it in their refusal to cooperate. Medieval Europe associated the horse with honor, saying a knight's horse revealed his true character more than his armor ever could. These perspectives show a universal recognition. Horses reflect the soul, whether in battle, in ceremony, or in daily life. The hardest moments often come when the horse reflects something we don't want to see. A rider may believe she is confident, but the horse spooks at her hidden tension. A trainer may believe he is calm, but the horse stiffens at his suppressed anger. A caretaker may believe she is patient, but the horse resists when she rushes through chores in frustration. It is painful to see our flaws so clearly mirrored, yet it is also an invitation. Horses do not judge, they simply reflect. And in that reflection, they give us a chance to grow. The opposite is also true. When we approach horses with authenticity, they respond with trust. A nervous beginner admits her fear, breathes deeply, and moves gently. The horse relaxes with her. A grieving man doesn't hide his sorrow. His horse lowers its head and stays. A confident child doesn't need to prove anything. The horse follows freely. Horses reward honesty. They don't need perfection, they need the truth. When we bring our real selves, they mirror acceptance, calm, and connection. So what does the horse reflect about your soul? Your fear, not to shame you, but to show you what needs calming. Your anger, not to accuse you, but to show you where tension hides. Your grief, not to deepen it, but to sit with you in it. Your peace, not to flatter you, but to confirm that peace is real. The horse does not reflect labels, they reflect presence. They show you who you are in this moment. and they invite you to bring more honesty, more calm, and more openness to the next one. When people say horses are mirrors, they don't only mean biologically, they mean spiritually. The horse is not just reflecting posture or heartbeats, it is reflecting essence. Standing with a horse feels like standing before something larger than yourself. Their size alone demands honesty. You cannot force them, and you cannot lie to them. Their reflection strips away illusion. In this way, the horse becomes sacred, not a mirror of vanity, but a mirror of the soul, showing you who you are when no one else is watching. Why are horses such powerful mirrors while dogs, cats, or other animals reflect in different ways? It is partly because of their prey nature. A horse's survival depends on detecting the smallest shifts in energy. Unlike predators who chase, horses flee. They cannot afford to ignore what is real. It is also because of their herd nature. Horses live in communities built on trust. Dishonesty endangers everyone. They reflect authenticity because they require it for survival. Spiritually, this means that when you stand before a horse, you are standing before a being who cannot and will not be fooled. They reflect truth because truth is all they can afford to trust. Many people describe life-changing experiences with horses not because of what the horse did, but because of what they reflected. A corporate leader used to commanding through force of personality walked into a round pen for an equine-assisted workshop. He tried to drive the horse forward with bravado. The horse refused. Only when he dropped his mask, softened his posture, and moved with authenticity did the horse follow. The leader left not only humbled but transformed. A young woman struggling with depression described how her horse would not respond on days when she hid her sadness under a fake smile. But when she let her tears flow, the horse came close, pressed its muzzle against her, and walked willingly beside her. She said it was the first time she learned that vulnerability is not weakness but power. A recovering addict said that horses became his greatest teachers because they refused to respond to lies. Every time he showed up pretending to be fine, they resisted. When he admitted his struggle, they stood with him. The horse taught him to face himself honestly. These stories are not about horses giving answers. They are about horses reflecting the truth and humans finally seeing it. This is why horses are increasingly used in therapy not as silent props but as active participants. Horses mirror clients' emotions with uncanny accuracy. When someone is anxious, the horse becomes restless. When someone is calm, the horse softens. When someone suppresses anger, the horse resists. When someone allows vulnerability, the horse connects. Therapists use this reflection to help people confront what they often avoid. The horse reveals what the human feels but cannot yet admit. And in that revelation, healing begins. The horse is not diagnosing. The horse is being, but in their being they reveal the truth we try to hide. What the horse mirrors is not just emotion. It is the soul's journey. If your soul carries tension, the horse shows you where it hides. If your soul carries fear, the horse shows you where it lingers. If your soul carries peace, the horse reflects it back like sunlight on water. This is why so many spiritual traditions saw horses as guides between worlds. They are not only mirrors of the present, they are mirrors of the path. They reflect who we are and who we are becoming. There is a humility in being mirrored by a horse. To have your soul reflected so purely can be uncomfortable. It strips away ego, excuses, and masks. It shows you not who you pretend to be, but who you are. And yet, there is no judgment. The horse does not scold or shame. They simply stand as a mirror, offering truth with gentleness. This is why their reflection can be so healing. It allows us to face ourselves without fear and to change not from shame, but from love. The horse reflects the part of your soul that is hidden even from yourself. They see the trembling behind the smile, the calm beneath the storm, the strength you forgot you carried. They reflect your wholeness, the parts you reject and the parts you cherish, and hold it without judgment. This is why so many people say that horses saved them. The horse did not give answers. The horse gave a mirror, and in that mirror the human finally saw themselves clearly enough to change, to heal, or simply to rest. The mirror of the horse is eternal. Long after the ride ends, long after the barn is empty, the lessons remain. They teach us not only how to be with horses, but how to be with each other, to listen without judgment, to reflect without distortion, to stand present, silent, and true. In a world of noise, horses offer clarity. In a world of masks, they offer truth. In a world of rushing, they offer stillness. They remind us that the soul's language is not words, but presence. So the next time you stand before a horse, remember, you are not only looking at them, you are looking at yourself. They are the mirror, they are the reflection. They are the truth your soul has been whispering all along. This has been Horse Sense, where science meets the soul of the horse. If this exploration touched you, please like this video, share it with others who carry a love for horses, and subscribe for more journeys into the wisdom of these extraordinary beings. Stay calm, stay authentic, and always listen to what the horse reflects back about your soul.